Ascending Altitudes, a dive into stages of conscious development. Hello, beautiful listeners. Welcome back to another episode of Information for Life, Insights and Ideas to Navigate Your World. As we delve into the diverse mosaics of existence, we're always discovering new ways of understanding this expansive tapestry of life. Today, we'll journey through a fascinating model of human consciousness development, a spectral traverse from the primal to the advanced integral stage. We will be using Ken Wilber's Altitudes of Development. We will take these from Integral Life 2023 Stages of Development at integrallife.com. Note that these stages are also discussed in the book Integral Relationships by Martin Ucik, a book I highly recommend reading if you want to understand and grow together interdependently in a relationship, whether monogamous or not. Let's start with the Infrared Archaic stage. This stage marks the dawning of our developmental journey, where we are primal beings with no grasp of identity, our communication limited to primal utterances, our needs imminent and immediate. Integral Life 2023. We then ascend to the Magic stage, found in children and tribal societies. Here, we evolve a rudimentary sense of self, entwined and enmeshed with our surroundings. Magical thinking and superstitions dominate our reality as we grapple with the basics of survival and security. It's a stage defined by egocentricity, by our limited capacity to see beyond our own needs and perceptions. This stage is represented by the color magenta. As we progress to the Magic-Mythic stage, we start to distinguish our identity from the world, trying to impose it on others. Our comprehension of cause and effect remains limited, and we remain encapsulated in the bubble of self-interest, seeing the world as a battlefield where desires are stifled and identities threatened. This stage is represented by the color red. The mythic stage brings a significant leap in consciousness. Here, we learn empathy and begin to view others as separate entities with their rights and experiences. Yet, this stage is a conformist one, our identities tethered to the groups we belong to, be it race, sex, or creed. We have yet to see the broader human community beyond our own group affiliations. This stage is represented by the color amber. At the rational stage, we transcend group-centric thinking and begin to appreciate all of humanity. Our worldview becomes scientific. Logic and reason dictate our perception of facts, and we embrace the themes of achievement and material abundance. Here, we finally start to grasp the formal, operational nature of our world. This stage is represented by the color orange. As a side note, you may notice that most people you'll run into are usually in either the mythic or the rational stage. They're either amber or orange. The postmodern stage takes us further, propelling us into an advanced world-centric perspective where we become more sensitive, pluralistic, and relativistic. We start questioning previous claims to truth, understanding that knowledge is constructed and not absolute. The world in this stage becomes a place of interconnected beings sans artificial hierarchies. This stage is represented by the color green. Ascending into the second tier of consciousness, we reach the integral stage. Here, we embrace multi-perspectivalism, integrating the insights gained from the previous altitudes. We engage in systematic thinking, seeing patterns and connections beyond the apparent diversities. There is a sense of recontextualization and reintegration of all prior knowledge. This stage is represented by the color teal. As an aside, this is the stage I personally most closely identify with. However, I do also understand that depending on life circumstances, I may drop down to a lower stage, but I will usually get back to teal. I don't know if I'll ever reach the final stage, but I'm trying. And finally, we reach the mature integral stage. Here, the world becomes a living, evolving entity. After teal's reintegration, we now start to question our knowledge itself, becoming open to forms of knowing beyond the intellect. Our primary concerns becomes healing the fragmentation caused by the previous stages of development. This stage is represented by the color turquoise. So as an aside, I could see where there are certain aspects in my life where I am going towards the mature integral stage, but I'm certainly not there yet, especially in all aspects of my life. But the 25-50-25 rule, which we're going to talk about, probably have 25% in the mature integral stage. As fascinating as these developmental altitudes may seem, remember to handle them with a blend of playful seriousness and serious playfulness. They serve as general stages of development, an amalgamation of stages in different lines of human development, and therefore ought to be used tenuously. Remember that it is possible to go back and forth between stages depending on many factors, such as stressful life events. After all, we are a complicated mixture of several developmental lines, each at different centers of gravity. Hence, we ought to remember the 25-50-25 rule. About half our behavior is determined by our dominant stage, and the rest is shared by the stages preceding and succeeding it. So, as we ascend these altitudes of consciousness, let's remember to honor the journey, for it is as important, if not more, than the destination. That's all for today's episode of Information for Life, Insights and Ideas to Navigate Your World. I hope this gave you a deeper insight into our developmental journey. Until next time, keep exploring, keep ascending.